All right, Reds, thank you very much for tuning in for our post-match reaction show. Liverpool getting a very hard-earned 3 points at Anfield. Let me know your thoughts after the game. Your man of the match shouts, who stood out for you tonight? And obviously, who stood out for you? Did West Ham surprise you, really, in terms of how they approached the game? Had their opportunities, really, didn't they, Reds? But absolutely phenomenal performance. And Liverpool, we just got to keep on grinding out these results, really. Whatever happens come the end of May, you can say, yes, we did get lucky in certain aspects of this game tonight, really, but you're not going to play excellent in every 95-minute game or your 38 game calendar season, really. But absolutely spot on there, Reds. Bring it forward now and get involved. Cheers, Mitchell. Thank you for tuning in, Paul. Massive 3 points there, Paul, tonight, wasn't it, mate? Let me know your man of the match shouts, really, in terms of who stood out for you. Well, for me, I'm going to go straight in there with my two man of the matches, really. Alexander-Arnold, Trent for that assist/shot. It was an assist comes shot anyway. And obviously the main man, Naby Keita, as you can see on the thumbnail. I felt he absolutely played amazing, Naby. It was that opportunity in the second half when with Jared Bowen and the West Ham attackers broke through, but Andy Robinson done so well. And him and Naby very much closed down the angle, really, in terms of your XG, expert lovers of XG, that closed down the opportunity of scoring a goal by quite a lot, really. But yeah, Trent, in terms of he's so good going forward. But tonight, our defence was called upon, and rightly so, because West Ham have been absolutely bloody tremendous this season. And you could see from the performance in which they did put in tonight, it was everyone was Jared Bowen, Fornals, Vlasic as well, especially when they didn't have Declan Rice. Most importantly, I think he's been one of their key players this season in terms of a West Ham point of view. But Lanzini and Vlasic, they settled so well in terms of them. It was a 4 at the back, but it was more or less a 5 at the back in terms of when they did deploy the defensive line as well. Keep on getting your comments in as well, Reds. Andrew, up the Reds, come on. Also credit to West Ham. They gave us a game. Also, man of the match, Trent or Canate. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Man of the matches as well. But for me, it was Trent or Naby Keita. But that's the lovely way of watching football games. Everyone loves different aspects of football games. But for me, I think Naby, especially when we've all seen Naby this season, like the game against Atletico Madrid away in Europe, Naby defensively was switched on 100 million% tonight. I think I was just speaking to Owen there on his post-match. Naby had a 95+% pass accuracy. I think he had one clearance as well, but everything about Naby's game tonight, along with him and Henderson. Fabinho was kind of off it today, but I think that is down due to the fact that West Ham come to Anfield and they put 4 attackers up front, really. Not many teams, and I think Trent and Robbo were speaking about that in their post-match, not many teams come to Anfield and play that many forward attacking players. They put Liverpool under the sword, and quite rightly, they've done that a couple of times this season, really. But a lot of credit does go to West Ham. And yes, Liverpool were a bit lucky in certain aspects of our game tonight, but sometimes you create your own look in football, and it was down to West Ham to put the ball on the back of the net. And if you're a West Ham fan, or there's any West Ham fans, let me know your thoughts from your perspective. But it was that chance that Lanzini had in that second half. Robbo or whoever it was that put off Lanzini, the ball bounced over him, and then all Lanzini has to do is put the ball on the back of the net. And happy days, he didn't do that. But I think that's probably one of the players that you do want, apart from obviously Antonio as well. Shout out to Antonio. But as Andrew said, Canate dealt with him very well. He did get, I think West Ham broke the line, I think about twice within this game. But as I said, it was expected because they were throwing men in between the lines of Liverpool's back line, and a lot of plaudits. And if West Ham play like that, but they will be very close to getting the top 4 this season. But Jared Bowen did come off injured, which isn't good in terms of, from their perspective, really causes absolute bloody carnage today. Diaz, incredible again. Mo followed his form from Wembley, had a shocker. Mitchell, I think he did. Mitchell as well. I'd agree with you there. I think it was. Does Salah try too hard? I don't know how you can try too hard in a game, but just been speaking to Owen and his great panel as well tonight. But I think a lot of us, Salah, I think he had 3 shots on target, he had 5 shots in goal in the whole of the game. But certain games you just need a bit of luck, certain moments. But Mo hits that such a high level week in, week out. It's quite obvious when he doesn't get on the goal scoring chart. All of our players are, when they're playing at such a high level, and Salah's like that. He had a good game, Salah, but obviously getting a goal would have been great. But Diaz, Mitchell, you're quite rightly so. You've got to mention Diaz, electric tonight. Week by week, I think another night he puts. I think he had 5 shots on goal tonight, none of them on target. But in another game, Diaz comes away from this game with a hat trick easily. Scored 17 goals already this season for Porto and Liverpool. So it's just going to be a matter of time that he does score for Liverpool. And he already has scored in the Cup, which was great on his first appearance for Liverpool, which was excellent. But tremendous from Diaz, especially the way in which he engineered the space in between the West Ham back line was phenomenal, and quite rightly so. Keita, I think Paul's agreeing with Keita, was absolutely tremendous tonight. Tommy, 3-point Shaq, that is all that matters. We march on. We very much do, Tommy. Absolutely get in. Peps, we head must be full of Liverpool tonight. Just that he doesn't need the night before a derby. Nice to sit back with all the pressure on them tonight and tomorrow. We will be doing a live stream watch along tomorrow, so stay tuned on the channel. But Tom, it's the thing, and Tom, as Klopp said after the show and after the post-match show, after his post-match interview, sorry, done so many shows, he was saying we don't have control of the game, but if Liverpool win all of our games coming out at the end of May, we win the league, and that's facts. We just got to focus on ourselves week by week, keep on ticking these games off. You're not going to be playing perfect week by week, and you can be over. I don't want to be overly critical tonight because, as I said, West Ham were phenomenal in certain aspects of their game, and Liverpool were very good in terms of going forward and defensively as well. But the result is all that matters. Virgil van Dijk and Ibu had to hold, and they did. But yeah, we've seen over the last couple of weeks, haven't we, Paul, and every single one of us in the Champions League against obviously Chelsea as well. Ibu come on for that second period in terms of extra time and that, and he dealt well. He scored the penalty as well. But Ibu, I think, Paul, I don't know how you feel, and Reds, he's growing to this Liverpool shirt. Now he's making it more of his own. There will be moments when Matip is needed, and there will be moments when Gomez is injured or Virgil van Dijk, obviously based off the opposition in terms of who does play in those centre-back areas. All of them have their own strengths anyway in terms of when they play for Liverpool Football Club. But yeah, it was an enticing battle between two big physical specimens in terms of Antonio. He's a big lad, and so is Ibu as well, and Van Dijk as well, to that matter. But Van Dijk and Ibu, sometimes we've just been speaking about Salah there, not his best game, but Virgil van Dijk and Ibu were absolutely on point tonight when you were called upon. And obviously, they dealt with West Ham's threat. It was basically, there were certain moments when it was like a 4-on-2 for West Ham, and they dealt our defence, especially Andy Robinson as well, and Trent from a defensive point of view, took in well. Trent getting the ball cleared off the line, phenomenal stuff. Even he said he watched back the replay in his post-match interview with Sky, and he said he thought it was offside, but you play to the whistle, something that certain clubs within the Premier League need to do. But absolutely phenomenal stuff. Keita was Paul's man of the match, 100% agree with you there, mate. For me, it was either Naby or Trent for my man of the match. Obviously, Trent getting the goal and the clearance, most importantly, off the line. Just for you guys, Nav, mixes and that for your device, only available at the time. 24th of March, all Premier League games. Cheers that, David. Thank you. I don't even know what that is, but I thought Antonio had Canate's number, and Robbo is the final third. Was wasteful, Mitchell. I think Robbo, Mitchell, I don't know how you feel, was more preoccupied. And it was important that Liverpool's defence were a bit more preoccupied because, as Trent said in his interview after the game, not many sides come to Anfield and throw 4 players up front. We've seen it with Brentford, away from home as well. Obviously, City as well. They've got the ability to do that. But Liverpool's defence was called upon yet again tonight. And how we dealt with West Ham's aerial bombardment was very key. Off the back of the West Ham performance, in which we did have early on in the season, West Ham have beat us this season in the league, and so have Leicester. But the aerial bombardment, the clearances, I don't know. Let me know, chat as well, in terms of aerial duels from our centre halves. Van Dijk and Naby, and especially Alisson. Antonio was very much preoccupying that space on the 6-yard line, like he did when we played them at the Olympic Stadium. Liverpool and West Ham have scored the most goals from set pieces this season, so it was important that we were switched on in every aspect of the game, whether that be a ball in behind Liverpool's backline or a ball whipped in from a corner. But Liverpool were alert, and it was important that Alisson was there as well, especially Alisson with the Lanzini or the Fornals chip over the line, which Trent thankfully cleared off the line. But Alisson, I think in terms of his positional wise, he didn't rush out. Yes, he come out and he got chipped, but I think he narrowed down his angles really in terms of getting in the right area at the right time to limit the goal chance in terms of him scoring a goal. Nice one, David. Klopp called this a dirty 3 points, and Paul 100 million, 10%, mate. The best teams around Europe, sometimes you can't play your perfect game. I think there's no such thing of a perfect game. But yeah, it is very much a dirty 3 points, and that's what you need come what the end of May. Final passes were not there. Thiago, Paul. Thiago. But it's great that Naby did step up today, and he very much did, mate. Obviously, if it is Ox or it's Thiago 1 week, Fabinho, Henderson, and a lot of credit does have to go to Jordan Henderson as well, Paul, tonight, especially a captain's performance. I think there was periods within that game, the back end of the game, where all of us were looking at the time and we're like, oh, bloody hell. It seemed like forever to go, but Henderson was very mature. He was telling all the players to calm down. Sometimes just need that. Just slow down the tempo of the game and relax everyone within the stadium, because obviously the atmosphere was filtering onto the pitch, and it's difficult when you are a home team in the Premier League. You do listen to the crowd, but Henderson, as composed as he was telling the players, just calm down, waste time. We're winning 1-0. You don't need to do nothing stupid. But absolutely spot on there. Being under the cosh was our own fault. Hope this was a one-off. Fingers crossed, Amens. But not many teams will do what West Ham done tonight, mate. Not many teams throw 4 attackers up front at Anfield. Teams are very happy and composed on the ball, and very much put 2 banks of 5 behind the ball and pray to God that they don't concede. But Sadio Mane was in the right position there as well. Diaz will come good, a few more games, and will be unstoppable. Jack, yeah, Paul, he just needs that 1 goal, even though he has scored for Liverpool in the Cup. But as I said, he scored 17 goals already this season for Porto and Liverpool. But I think he could have had an hat-trick on another night, but I think it's just once he gets that goal, it'll be tremendous. How you doing, Daisy? Maisie, sorry. Thank you very much for tuning in. Massive game for you tomorrow. But I think all of us will be watching with interesting eyes. But fingers crossed you can get the result. Obviously, it will be a massive result for Manchester United for the top 4 push as well. As much as it will help us, Maisie, it'd be great that for Manchester United to get the 3 points as well. Not too bad. Made up that we got 3 points tonight, Maisie. But really do appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video. Paul, you know the stuff, mate. Absolute legends. I give you a tenner after the show, mate. Well, thank you very much for the for the comment, matey. As always, appreciate it. Great win for you, closing the gap between Liverpool and between obviously Liverpool and City. Yeah, 100%. Maisie, you know yourself. You've watched United when they were dominant under Fergie. It was these games that you don't play your best, but you grind out your results as well. But I'm absolutely made up. I'm interested to see Diaz under Klopp. He will only get better, 100%, Maisie, in terms of his goals were lacking today, but we've all seen players in the Premier League, certain players within any team, he is one of those players that just puts oppositions on the back foot. And he had a run today, good 50, 60 yards dribble from the halfway line. And he just ran through the straight through West Ham's centre halves. And Kurt Zouma, not the only thing he's kicked this season. Shouldn't even be playing a fucking football game. Don't get me started on Zouma. But he absolutely bloody crunched Diaz, and that was the only way of stopping him. Anyway, but yeah, Diaz, he's going to be a very special player. And could he be the difference, chat? We'll find out come what the end of May. City didn't buy a striker. Liverpool went out and bought a winger/forward anyway. So could he be the difference maker? I think he will. I'll whisper that. I think he will. Fingers crossed. Do you think fans are overlooking Inter? Us having the 2-0 lead and still play at Anfield is very relaxed about it. Mitchell, I'm going to be going, luckily, mate, I'm going to be going to the Inter game and I will be bloody singing my lungs out because it's not going to be an easy game. It is not going to be an easy game in terms of, as you said there, Anfield's crowd will be absolutely bouncing. And I think Inter, they'll come to Anfield but for me personally, mate, similar to when PSG play in the Champions League, the pace of French football, when PSG wins the Champions League, we've seen City dominate PSG in Europe this season. And I think it will be the case in point of Inter coming to Anfield. They'll go for it because they have to, the 2 goals down. But I think that plays massively into Liverpool's hands. As yes, Inter might score, but I think with the atmosphere and the occasion, lot better teams have buckled under the pressure. But I think the massive factor, Mitchell, as it is in European nights, is the fan space. The Liverpool fans, we all won't allow, and all the fans around the world, we won't allow complacency to settle in. This Liverpool squad is good enough, and it's got the maturity and the experience over the last couple of seasons, especially in European competitions. And Jurgen Klopp, he will be 100%. That'll be the first thing he says to the lads. He knows, and the players are good enough. This tie is not over. But yeah, there's a reason we are not seeing Curtis Jones as much. I think he's a brilliant player. He has been injured, maybe, the last couple of weeks. I think he had an eye injury, but he's a lad with a lot of talent. He's still only 20 years old. I think in his academy days, when he was coming through the youth ranks anyway, he can preoccupy that left-hand side, the left wing position. And he does tend to favour the left-hand side of Liverpool's midfield of the 3. But I think he give it a couple more weeks, a couple of months, Maisie. I think he will see the best of Curtis Jones. I think people try and compare Trent and Curtis Jones. Trent is a generational talent. Curtis Jones will develop when his time is ready. I think obviously when you play a big club like Liverpool and Man United, or big clubs in Europe, you don't have a lot of time in terms of developments. Large portions of fan bases of teams just want an instant impact, like a player to be like Trent and come into the lineup and be like, hit the ground running. Jones, his injuries haven't helped, but in terms of his performances, inconsistency in his performances, but he's only 20-odd years old, Maisie, as well. I think we will see the best of him in the next couple of years, but I've got a lot of hope for Curtis Jones anyway. He's a tremendous player, but I think once he matures a bit as a player in terms of his final game, I think he'll get the best out of him. Ugly win tonight, Gary. Get in. West Ham finishing was abysmal. Oh, bloody hell. Gary, it was. I think Lanzini or Fornals are playing the rugby. Six Nations are still on, but we got away with it. We are missing out on Ronaldo, Cavani, Shaw, and Varane. Is that who's missing tomorrow, Maisie? Oh, yeah, you haven't got a chance. But it's Man City to Derby. But bloody hell, if all those players are missing, not a chance. Man United 1, City 0. And I hate them both, but LFC are winning for you, City. Get ready, Paul. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, Maisie, you'll be the first person to message tomorrow if you do get a result. I'll be absolutely made up. But yeah, Reds, fantastic result for Liverpool tonight. Liverpool continue to mount the pressure and the momentum towards the title. It's not going to be easy. It wasn't tonight, as I said, top of the show. A lot of credit does have to go to West Ham. They put 4 attackers up against Liverpool's back line. Plaudits do have to go to Diaz, Trent, all of them played well, and it was another game where Liverpool were lucky in certain moments, but sometimes in football you do create your own luck. You're not going to play amazing for like the 95 plus minutes in football, but another one is ticked off, Reds. We've got over the line, but happy days anyway. As well. As a United fan, I must agree, Jones has a lot of talent. Klopp is doing things differently compared to Manchester United. Giving Jones that development time to break through, we overwork our youth. Maisie as well. Rashford, I think he come onto the scene under Fergie and he hit the ground running, didn't he? But I think Rashford, I did rate him when he terrorised Trent. Remember that game perfectly well. I think we all do. But I think a lot is asked too much of certain players at Liverpool as well. I think young players now, they get asked too much of them. Obviously, Trent come onto the line, but Trent has not played. He's probably played a lot of minutes and he's played very well. But I think with Trent, some weeks he doesn't play like midweek. I think we made 11 changes. Trent didn't play in the cup. It was Milner playing right back. But I think at United, you haven't got that squad depth, which is mad to talk about. But in terms of if Rashford has to play, he has to play every single bloody week, and Rashford just looks burnt out. And if you look in and around Europe, I think Rashford, for his age at that time when he did break on the scene, he's played so many minutes. He's got to be up there in terms of the top young talent in world football. I think he's now 25, 26 in Maisie. So a lot of has been asked of him. Klopp is doing it correctly for me, kind of how Pep has done it with Foden. What a bloody baller he is, mate. I think Foden has to keep his head down. I think a lot of field antics, really, but that's the beauty of young talent. You've got to all nurture them, and Trent is very much one of those players. But thank you to every single one of you. Maisie, Paul, Gary, Mitchell, Paul, Eamons, you have a Paul as well, all the Pauls, David as well, Tommy, Tom, both Toms. Massive win for Liverpool, as I said. But we will be doing a live stream watch along tomorrow of the game. If City are winning 3-0, then we'll end the stream. But yeah, it's going to be an intriguing game to watch tomorrow. Hopefully, it's a good game for the neutral anyway. But Liverpool done their job tonight. And yeah, everyone, hopefully have a lovely rest of your Saturday night. Let me know what you're up to anyway. And we'll see you tomorrow. And the Reds have done the business here, and Klopp and the lads. But thank you to every single one of you. Maisie, take care, Jack. Brilliant review of the game. Thank you very much, and best of luck. It's the only time you hear me say that, Maisie, to United. Best of luck for tomorrow. But thank you to every single one of you that is tuned in, and everyone that is watching on the repeat. EZ20 TV. Well done, but we missed too many chances. EZ20 Zone TV. Thank you very much, mate. If you're available tomorrow, mate, I'll try and get you on. But hats off to you, mate. If you play like that against a lot of the top teams, as I said, you did have your chances, and you very much did miss them. But yeah, not too bad, mate. Very happy about the result. But a lot of credit, as I said at the top of the show, just has to go to West Ham. If you play like that, I know Jared Bowen will be a massive miss. Let me know in the comments after the show, mate. Hopefully it's not too bad of an injury, because you want to see top talents and top young players like him. Hopefully one day he'll play for Liverpool, but obviously at the minute, West Ham, best of luck to you, mate. As any Hammers watching as well. He's at 20. Hope you're not doing too bad as well, matey. Look after yourself. Hope you have a good weekend. Every single one of you. But cheers, Jack. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Tom. See you tomorrow, Jack. Cheers, Paul. Give me a message tomorrow and I'll jump on with you. Obviously, it would be great to get you on, mate, anyway. If you're available, yeah. But everyone, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Put your feet up, have a bevy, have a cuppa, whatever beverage you like to have, and enjoy it. And we'll see you tomorrow for the watch along of Manchester United versus Manchester City. Come on, United. Wait, what?